Joining me now on the Daily Ledger Page 5 beat from Nashville, Tennessee, economic analyst, hedge fund manager, and contributor to Forbes and other major publications, Thomas Landstreet. Tom, the impact of what this coronavirus is having for China in particular, but across the globe, but more so for China, there are kind of three areas. There's a political fallout. We don't know exactly how this virus originated yet. We have our suspicion, given what we know about the Communist Chinese and where it originated. There is the economic fallout, which is really going to be measured in probably months, if not years. And of course, there's the health fallout here. Economically speaking, again, the impact is only beginning when you look at what the airlines are doing and restricting travel to China, and you look at what sovereign nations are doing and refusing allowing people to travel from China. This is something that's going to have a long-lasting impact.
Well, you're absolutely right. Who would think that China would, at this point, would be like the leper on Earth, everybody running to avoid it. And another thing is we've never trusted the numbers from China. You and I have talked about how they pad their industrial production numbers, their GDP growth growing magically at 6.2%. While, by the way, they're publicly traded companies. If you look at their earnings, income on publicly traded companies, it's down almost 10% December over December. They're not growing at 6.2%. In fact, they're probably not growing at all. So like everything, they obfuscate and they hide the truth. So that's where the panic lies. You really don't know, and you won't know the reality of the situation until now. They're a pariah, and I think it's going to have significant negative effects on global growth.
And to quarantine, if you will, China and put these travel bans in effect. The United States started, and a lot of the other countries followed. China is not happy about it, but you have to make a move like this because of what you just pointed out. You can't trust them necessarily to give you the full picture. They're going to give you a partial picture. So we have to protect our sovereign nation, and the other nations have to protect themselves as well. And here now we have OPEC. It's interesting. People don't realize, I'm sure, that China is the largest consumer of oil, petroleum on the planet. And commerce has ground to a halt in China, so it's now affecting OPEC.
Yeah, that's true. And oil demand is down globally, by the way. So it's not just in China. And we are fully supplied because the U.S. as the swing producer continues to be the largest producer on Earth. I'm surprised they haven't done this before, by the way, meaning, instigate cuts. I'm not sure it's going to matter. Gosh, oil is getting a lot of grief, as you probably know, from the ESG investing, people boycotting oil. I'm very worried about the commodity. But again, if you look at all commodities around the world, Graham, if you look at soybeans and corn, they're down a lot. In fact, China was supposed to buy billions of dollars of U.S. soybeans, and yet soybean prices are collapsing to new lows. If you look at just the commodity sector, oil included, and agriculture commodities, it looks like we're heading into a deep recession.
Yeah, again, not necessarily, you can't base a recession just on those numbers, but those don't look good right now, and you throw gasoline on the fire in terms of the coronavirus, and who knows where we're headed in 2020. 2020 was looking like a rosy picture at the beginning of 2020. Now, about a month in, it doesn't look so bright. Thomas, thank you.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.